Hi, Dan Casey here. The good, the bad, and the ugly of annuities. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started. Annuities. It's a big topic on the internet. As many as you can find of topics on the internet that says annuities are great, you can probably find a bunch of others that say annuities are terrible. Now, annuities are not good or bad, just like mutual funds, good or bad, or any kind of investment. A lot of times in any type of investment, there's good ones and bad ones, and sometimes bad advisors sell the bad ones because maybe they're compensated higher or for whatever reason. Okay, so, and some registered representatives or brokers can't even sell certain types of annuities. There's a lot of different reasons why some may sway you towards or away from annuities. In general, annuities can be good, mostly because the way they're set up. Let me briefly go into that. Life insurance companies are the only ones that can sell both life insurance and annuities, right? Life insurance companies are on both sides of the equation. So they win if an agent sells life insurance and the person doesn't die right away. It takes forever to die. That way they're paying premiums and they don't have to pay out a death benefit. On a single premium immediate annuity, if an agent sells that, the life insurance wins on that side of the equation, because if they die right away, then they got this big upfront payment, and they don't have to pay out payments for the rest of your life and maybe even the rest of your spouse's life. So they win, okay? They win on both sides of the equation, which is why annuities usually make sense for some retirees in some capacity. All your money should be in annuities? Probably not. Should all your money be in the stock market? Probably not. There's a lot of different ways to invest your money to get everything that you want, maybe growth, income, liquidity, safety. You want to make sure that all those factors are hit in your overall portfolio so you can get kind of the best of everything, right? All right, so let's talk about the different kinds of annuities real quick. Okay, so there are two basic kinds of annuities. You've got immediate and you've got deferred. Okay, so immediate annuities are almost identical to a pension. In fact, that's what the main vehicle of a pension is. You give an annuity company, a life insurance company, a big lump sum of money, and then they in turn agree to pay out equal payments for the rest of your life, maybe even the rest of your spouse's life, and so on, right? So that's an immediate annuity. Now, of course, the big negative that people always say about immediate annuities is it's irrevocable, right? Once you give your money to an insurance company and they guarantee you your life payments for the rest of your life, you can't change it. So, which is why I'm not a big fan of immediate annuities. They usually do not work for my clients. Because in the deferred world, they've pretty much done the same thing, but they give you a lot more flexibility, okay? And to me, that's what I want for my clients. That's what anybody would want in retirement, is flexibility, right? Because you never know what life is going to throw your way. All right, so deferred annuities, you've got variable annuity, you've got indexed annuity, and you've got a fixed annuity. Those are the three main types of deferred annuities, okay? And they all basically share the same characteristics as far as if you access it before 59 and a half, there's a penalty. It grows tax deferred, hence deferred. So basically those are the main factors. Now, variable annuities, your money is invested in mutual funds, right? Usually mutual funds in the stock market. I'm not a big fan of variable annuities. In fact, I downright hate them. Because my clients are all those retired or about to retire, you don't want full exposure to the stock market. So you usually buy those bells and whistles to protect you on the downside when the market corrects. And then you add those fees on with M&E expense ratio fees and the riders that go into the variable annuities, maybe even paying a death benefit rider. The fees can be Huge. It could be 4, 5, 6%. So the market's got to make at least that before you even break even. So, not a big fan of variable annuities, okay? Index annuities is usually the ones that seem to make sense when I run the numbers. Now, index annuities, your money's not actually in the stock market. The gains that you get are just tied to the market. Usually you'll get 60, 70% of whatever the market does that particular year. But the best part is when the market corrects, when it goes down, you don't lose a dime, okay? So the balance in this particular type of annuity only goes up or sideways. I've been doing this long enough to know that you usually get about 4, 5, or 6%, somewhere in that range per year if you've got a nice bull market that's making maybe 10%. Okay, again, if it corrects, if it's negative, then you don't lose a dime. That's the high mark. That's what your beneficiaries get, and that's what you get when the contract ends, okay? So it only goes up or sideways. Usually the best, and the ones I prefer have 0 fees, okay? They even have awesome side benefits like long-term care or anything like that, again, at no fees. You can still pay fees in this if you want some of the cooler bells and whistles. I just usually don't do that for my clients, okay? Fixed, those are basically just like CDs. That's your fixed interest rate, doesn't change. But with rates so low right now, they very rarely make sense. So I won't spend a whole lot of time on that. But what's nice back to the index annuity, in reference to the fixed annuity, is in this indexed annuity, you can invest, again, where your gains are tied to the market. Your money's not actually in the market. But when rates go up, as we all know, Fed's probably going to start raising rates soon. And that fixed bucket inside here, the index annuity gets high enough, shift your money in there and just get your 4, 5, 6% and not even mess with the market. That's assuming, again, that fixed bucket gets up to be that point, okay? Very effective and very flexible. And again, you can take out usually 10% penalty free every year. And because a lot of my clients, most of their money is qualified money or money in IRA. So if you put money into this particular vehicle, you don't want to take out more than 10% anyway because it's fully taxable. And I'm comfortable putting this type of annuity inside an IRA. I know they're both tax deferred, and you'll read some things on the internet that you shouldn't put a tax deferred vehicle inside a tax deferred account like an IRA. But I don't mind doing that because those have no fees. In a variable annuity where you're paying 4, 5, 6%, that to me does not make a whole lot of sense to put that inside an IRA, okay? I'm not alone on my thoughts on this. Let me get you, I don't know if you could read this, see this, but it's Susie Orman's The Road to Wealth, okay? New York #1 best time seller. All right, so let's see what she says about variable annuities. And again, you can agree or disagree with Susie Orman, but I think we all agree that she's probably a pretty intelligent woman, knows a lot about finances, right? In her book on this, variable annuities, for many reasons, including high fees and benefits that, in my opinion, are routinely overstated by salespeople, variable annuities are an investment I often warn against. If you're still tempted, please do your homework and shop around for a no-load variable annuity. And that's a good point. No-load variable annuities I don't have a problem with, and usually those are for maybe younger people who have tapped out their IRAs and have nowhere else to put money where it can grow tax deferred. So a no-load variable annuity, a really cheap one like a Vanguard, Fidelity, I have no problem with. Let's see what she says about indexed annuities. She says, I have to admit, I like the concept for the right investors. Okay, so again, not great for everybody, not terrible for everybody. That just depends on your personal situation and what might make sense for you, depending on these or the immediate annuity. Again, not a fan of those. All right, so that's annuities. Subscribe to my channel as I try to update videos as often as I can to kind of get the word out to educate people on the good and the bad and the ugly out there, whether it's annuities or anything else. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you soon. Thanks again.